In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the maxcolour contour shader. So with this contour shader, the lines that we actually generate will inherit the material color that they are derived from. So just like with a lot of the other contour shaders that we've looked at, we do need to make sure that inside the Contours tab, inside our render settings, that we do have the contour function levels and the store function both plugged into the custom shaders. In addition to that, we'll need to make sure that we do have contour rendering enabled, and then we'll need to take a look inside the contrast function levels, and over there we'll just make sure that we have the difference index disabled and that we have the difference material enabled. So this way we won't get any sort of contour lines drawn around every single triangulated polygon. So let's just start by taking a quick render at what we have right now. And you'll see that by default we do have just some very basic contour lines that will appear on our mesh. So let's save this for comparison, and you'll see the difference that we are about to introduce here. So let's go over to the Hypershade, and let's take a look inside the Mental Ray nodes, and we'll scroll down to the Contour Shaders tab. We'll scroll down, and we're going to drop in the Contour Shader Max Color. So in actuality, this is actually very similar to the Factor Color. The only difference is with the Factor Color, we get a darker derivative of our original material. With the Max Color, instead we get almost an identical shade of our original material. So let's start by taking this, and we'll take a look inside the Mental Ray tab. Scroll down, make sure that we plug this into the Contour Shader port, and we'll do this for all the other materials that we have in our scene. So that way they'll all be able to inherit this Max Color Contour Shader. There we go. We'll make sure that we get this last one over here. And there we are. So really, if you take a look inside the attributes for this Max Color, really the only thing that we have the ability to control is the actual line width that we're going to generate. So we'll start by setting this to 0.2, its default value. And let's open up our render view. We'll save this for comparison and re-render. And you'll notice once the render is complete that we do have these contour lines, but they're actually very difficult to see. So if you look very closely, you can see some of the outlines that are happening right in here. If you compare what we had before to what we have now, and again, really these lines that are generated, these contour lines, have almost an identical coloration to the material that is underneath them. So really, if you want to see this particular node in action, a good thing to do is to go inside the render settings, and inside the Contours tab, we'll enable Hide Source. So that way, whenever we render, all that we'll see is the contour lines. With the flood color, we can actually set the color of our background that's displayed to us. Right now, we'll leave this set to black. And let's save this and re-render. And there we go. Now we can actually see our contour lines much, much easier. And you can see that they actually do a very good job of inheriting the color of the material that they were originally derived from. So that's a look at how we can use this contour shader that will let us get the max color.